Hello friends and families, welcome to my channel. So in this YouTube video, I will be reviewing my Barker shoes. So let's get to it. Okay guys, so I'm really excited to make this video about my Barker shoes. And before I do that, I just want to share a short story with you and basically take this opportunity to say thank you to my dear friend, my best friend back in the Philippines, Mark Ortiz. So this guy, actually he's the one who encouraged me into dress shoes. So when I was exploring, when I was starting with dress shoes, so Mark basically was the guy that I asked a lot of questions. So thank you for being patient. So this guy has a very nice collection. So he's more into boots. So if you like, I mean, Dr. Martens, Caterpillar, something like that, and if you want to take it to the next level, so definitely you have to look into Red Wings. So the name of the brand is Red Wings. So Mark, my dear friend, thank you for the knowledge that you have imparted to me regarding dress shoes. Alright, so what do I have here? Okay, so you can see, as you can see on the camera, I have my two pairs of Barker shoes. So Barker originated in England. Alright, so they established their company back in the 1880s. Alright, so just imagine that, guys. So this shoe company has been in the business for like more than 100 years. Okay, and I can clearly remember what Mark told me when I was starting with dress shoes. So he said, alright, and I'll never forget this, that if I'm gonna buy shoes, I should buy it from a company that focuses, or a company that sells only shoes. Alright, that's what he told me. So if you go to Marks and Spencer, Zara, so their shoes are mass produced because their I think main product would be clothing. So if you are going to find a quality shoe, so might as well go to a company where their business is exclusively with shoes. Alright? With the exception of Allen Edmonds, of course, because Allen Edmonds, their core business is shoes, but they also sell other products as well, like bags and belt. Okay, now, going back to Barker, again, established in 1880, and this is from England. And as you know, with English shoes, alright, that's the term, English shoes, their design tends to be on the conservative side. So why do I say that? Because if you look at Italian and Japanese shoes, I think their design is very distinct. Alright, the shape of their shoes is very distinct, and I would say that it's not the traditional design that you used to see. But with English and American shoes, they tend to be more conservative. Is that something good or bad? I mean, it's up to you, because I also have a pair of an Italian shoe and I really like it, and the American shoe with Allen Edmonds, and of course I have two pairs made from England, which is Barker. So this shoe right here, alright, let me get it for you. So this shoe right here is an Oxford wingtip, full brooms. Okay, as you can see, there's a wingtip design on the back, and then the broguing as well, so from the sides. And what's unique about this shoe, alright, is that it has a paisley design. Alright, the design that you'll be able to see on the back. And then this is an Oxford shoe simply because the design is, it has a closed lacing system. So the laces here, okay, where you can see the laces, it's actually attached to the entire shoe itself, making this an Oxford shoe. Or back then, in the early days, instead of calling it an Oxford shoe, they used to call it a Balmoral shoe. So those two are synonymous with each other. So Balmoral or Oxford, they only mean one thing, alright? And then what I like about this shoe is, alright, the design, so that's number one. And it is made of full grain leather. So Barker shoes, guys, they are made of full grain leather, the highest type of leather in the market today. And then the type of construction obviously is a Goodyear welted construction. So as you can see, there are stitches on the outsole of the shoe, or the bottom part of the shoe. And then interestingly, this is my first quality shoe. Alright, so that's a secret that I'm telling you right now. This shoe was a gift from my wife Rona during my birthday. And then I wear this shoe mostly on a casual attire. And then it's a walnut color. I would say it's somewhere in the light to medium brown. I'd say a medium brown. Alright, and like I said, since it has a tremendous amount of broguing on it, so it's a wingtip, it has a paisley design and the broguings here, the perforations that you'll be able to see on the shoe. So making this a casual shoe, in spite of it being an Oxford. So most people would think that if it's an Oxford shoe, it tends to be on the formal side. That can be true, but on the other hand, since you can see that it has a lot of design, it has a lot of design factor on the shoe, making it a casual shoe. So I tend to wear it with chinos and denim jeans. So basically, I really like this shoe. It's one of my favorites. And another thing with Barker shoes, the craftsmanship is on the next level. So the stitch density on their shoes compared to Allen Edmonds. So let's say Allen Edmonds has a stitch density of like 5 stitches per inch. So basically that's what I'm trying to tell you right now. Stitch density is the gap of stitches that you'll be able to see on the shoe. So let's say if you measure 1 inch, you'll be able to see 5 stitching on the shoe. But with Barker, alright, it's a little bit more. Alright, it can be like 7 to 9 stitches per inch. Alright, so is that something good or bad? Absolutely not, because Allen Edmonds is also made of Goodyear welted shoe. But what separates Barker is the detailing that they do, the craftsmanship that they put in their shoes. And I would say that since owning Barker and Allen Edmonds, Barker is on another level, maybe half step or a step above Allen Edmonds. And then, alright, the next shoe that I'd like to show you is this one. So again, quickly going back to the Oxford shoe of Barker, this is called their Grant shoes. So that's the name of the shoes. And this right here is their Haig. H-A-I-G. Alright, and this one is a derby or blucher. You can say that because the term is synonymous with each other as well. And it is characterized by this flaps or tabs that you can see here. So it's an open lacing system. Alright, I could say that it's also a semi-cap toe because you can see there's a cap toe design here. Alright, and then what's interesting about this shoe is that it's made of full grain leather as well, Goodyear welted construction, but interestingly, it has a little bit of suede design here, which I really like. Alright, and then since it's a derby or a blucher shoe, obviously this is a casual shoe. So where do I wear this? The same thing with this Grant shoes as well. So denim jeans and chinos. And then what I like about this design is that it's also in the medium brown color. So meaning to say I can almost wear it with any type of color when it comes to my pants. And then I've also tried it wearing on a suit, but you know, suit tends to be on a more formal. But I could say that you can still wear something like this under a suit. So that's it. I really enjoy wearing these shoes. They're super comfortable, and then I think the breaking period, meaning to say you have to wear this several times in order for it to feel comfortable. I would say maybe 2 to 3 times, because the leather at the start tends to be stiff. So basically that's my personal experience with Barker. But like I said, these are quality shoes. Where did I get this from? I got it from Level Shoes in Dubai Mall. So I've personally tried these shoes, and compared to Allen Edmonds, their sizing tends to be on the bigger side. Alright, so it's important that you really try these shoes on before actually buying them. And if you're someone who is into dress shoes, alright, if you have a collection right now, or if you are starting a collection, so I would definitely and highly recommend the brand Barker. Alright, because let me tell you this, I'll be brutally honest with you. Alright, so if you work in an office and you are required to wear dress shoes, so something similar to this, or if you're someone who drives a car, so obviously you can afford to drive a car, or if you're someone who owns a fancy watch, let's say let it be an Omega, a Rolex, or Panerai. Okay, this is what I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. Please stop buying cheap shoes. So what do I mean by that? Cheap shoes are those made are made of like a glued construction. All right, so these are Goodyear welded construction, the highest type of construction when it comes to dress shoes. So it's gonna be quality over quantity. Okay, because with this type of construction and the type of leather and the brand itself, okay, initially, okay, let me be very honest with you, you're gonna pay more. All right, you're gonna pay more, but right, you're paying more, but you're gonna be using the shoes for a very, very long time. All right. Actually, when you buy cheap shoes, okay, I'm gonna name a few brands. So I've mentioned Zara, Marks and Spencer obviously sells shoes. What else? Aldo, Steve Madden. Okay, brands like this, yeah, you pay 400 dirhams, and you think that it's pretty cheap because it's 400 dirhams anyway, and I'm gonna use it for 1 to 2 years. But come to think of it, you're actually paying more because you paid 400 dirhams, and then 1 to 2 years you'll be able to see that the shoe doesn't look nice. Okay, after 1 to 2 years, it starts to wear, starts to get damaged. All right, so instead of shelling out that amount of money, why not buy a quality shoe? So I've paid on retail this costs around 1,300 to 1,500 dirhams. Okay, that's on retail. But for me, I don't buy in retail. So when it comes to that, I tend to be smart. So I wait during the sale time, and during the sale time, they discount it for 50% off. So imagine that. So maybe I paid around 700 dirhams for this. So 300 more, then obviously you'll be able to have this. So if you can afford to buy a fancy watch, if you're driving a car, and if you're working in an office, there's absolutely no excuse not to have and not to invest in quality shoes. Because I'll tell you another story. So I was invited by a close friend of mine, since he ordered his first dress shoes and he wanted to polish them. And he said to me, he realized that no matter how good is your dress, your outfit, all right, may it be a casual outfit, all right, it can be like something from Suit Supply, Massimo Dutti, Zara, so brands like this. No matter how good your dress is or your suit is, if you wear cheap shoes, okay, it entirely ruins your image and your style. Alright, because the first thing that people notice are your shoes. And time again, shoes are the foundation of style. So this is something important, and this is something that I would like to share with you. A fancy watch, alright? It may be like a 30,000 dirhams Rolex, you may be wearing that. But when you look down, oh my goodness, what kind of shoes are you wearing? You deserve something better, alright? You deserve a quality shoe. So, explore with this brand, Barker, if you're into dress shoes. When I say dress shoes, maybe there's a misconception that it tends to be on the formal side. No, don't think it that way. It's only called dress shoes because it's made of leather. But definitely, like what I said, these two pairs right here, I tend to use them and wear them on a casual setting. Like I said, I did not buy them online. I went to their physical store, so they have one store in Dubai Mall, and I think you can only find them in Dubai Mall. So again, the Oxford shoe is a full rose. It's a wingtip shoe, Grant, and the other one is a Blucher Derby shoe. It's an open dacing system, and the name of the model is Haig. Okay, Haig. So I hope that you like this video. I hope that you learned something new. So take care always, especially nowadays that we're experiencing this COVID-19. Stay at home, guys. Stay safe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye for now.